Thank you for the introduction. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today with Mr. Lacamera. Mr. Lacamera, IRENA is one of the world's leading authorities when it comes to data and scientific guidance on renewable energy. And we all look up to your reports to see how the energy transition should proceed. I believe that we can agree that people should be at the center of the energy transition, and young people are one of the key demographics in this process. What does IRENA do to include the unique perspective of the young people and the challenges that they are facing in the transition in your publications? And what else could be done beyond what you're already doing?
So thanks for the question, Benjamin. Thanks for having me, and let me take the occasion to wish to you and to everyone who's listening or watching to this my best wish for the new year. So concerning the youth, naturally, the youth is one of the most important actors in this the building of the new energy system, the future energy system, and for making the world be on a sustainable development track. What IRENA is doing, we have many initiatives concerning youth. I think the most important structure in the work of the General Assembly already is the Youth Forum that is taking place every year in the occasion of the General Assembly. We have our Youth Talk that regularly plays quarterly. We have many initiatives concerning the Student Leader Program that involve more than 80 countries. We have the Student Training Program. We have in the UAE with the Ministry of Education working together on adding renewables and sustainable development into the program of school program. We are also working in the context of the Youth Forum to build a new global council for empowering the youth participation in the run to the Sustainable Development Goal number 7. We have our internship program that make it possible for young students to be part for a certain period of the year in the work of IRENA. We have our junior professional program. So you see, we have many aspects of the life of IRENA where youth has a presence. And we are continuing to work on after the Youth for Climate of the pre-COP in Milan, collaborating with them. We have a specific program in collaboration with the ENO Foundation. And this all because we believe that really we have to listen to the youth, to make the youth be part of the decision-making process and provide a fresh perspective for our work. This is in a few words what IRENA is doing with the youth and for the youth.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lacamera, for this summary. And I know I have been involved with IRENA since IRENA Youth Forum in 2020, where we had the opportunity to all meet in person, and hopefully that will happen again soon. But I know that you've been really leading the way with IRENA and pushing IRENA to have more youth, and all of those programs, I believe, started under your leadership. So thank you so much for that. So now I would like to move a little bit more to specific support that young people are seeking. So at COP26, IRENA launched the Energy Transition Accelerator financing. And as far as I know, the facility so far has received $400 million contribution from the UAE government. So it is great to see such initiatives emerging across the space because they are very needed for countries to accelerate their transition. Also, many young entrepreneurs looking for funding, not in the range of millions, but tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And for those, sometimes financing is not so accessible, difficult, and more bureaucratic to access. Do you have any thoughts on whether, and if so, how IRENA and other intergovernmental institutions could cater to this niche of youth-led initiatives?
Well, thank you for this. Naturally, you are completely right. in the occasion of the COP26 in Glasgow, we have launched this new initiative, the ITER, and you have to view to view this in the context of the larger framework of the platform that we have built with the UNDP, C for All, and in collaboration with the Green Climate Fund. I'm talking about the climate investment platform, where we have already 300 and more partners concerning, including the most relevant financial institutions, company, including company owned by young people. And we are also collecting projects through our 14 digital platform. And some of these projects are coming from young entrepreneurs. We have a program for the young entrepreneurs with in the SADC in Africa that is very successful. So what we are trying to do through this way is also to receive projects where the youth is involved and working with them to build the project documentation in a way that is easy or is possible to access the bankability of these projects. Naturally, in our plan, we wish to convene for each of these 14 platforms, investment forum yearly. Naturally, the pandemic is slowing down this program, but hopefully, as soon as possible, we wish to start having our first investment forum. We are planning to have the first investment forum in Indonesia next autumn. We will see if the pandemic will allow us to, as it should be done. And in all investment forum, we will have a space that will be dedicated to the young entrepreneur. So bringing initiatives from them and trying to find the interest of all the financial institutions, the development agency, development bank that are part of this big, initiative of the climate investment platform. In this context, RITA play a very important role because we have already received, as you have correctly said, a commitment of $400 million from the UAE. So the platform has already some financial, availability. We are working with other entities to enrich this amount of money. We are going for having 1 billion per year, 1 billion that will bring with the leverage the complete capacity of the facility to 3 billions. And this also because we wish not only to promote renewable energy, and that's easy to understand, but also to try to balance, because in the last year, investment in renewables, investment in sustainable development has not been much as needed in the developed countries, especially in Africa, in the Southeast region, in the small islands. So this fertility, in our point of view, we try to balance these inequalities that are existing in the system and trying to bring the necessary funding to this part of the world. In this context, the youth has to play an important role. They can present their idea, they can present their project, they can connect with the financial institutions, and IRENA will be instrumental in empower them in this exercise.
Thank you so much for your response. I think it's really exciting to hear that, because I think as young people, we sometimes feel a little bit left out from those conversations about hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, and we don't really know where's our role in it. And many colleagues from different countries that are entrepreneurs are asking about those sources of funding. So really exciting to hear that, and looking forward to seeing how they can plug into it. So now for my next question, I would like to shift gears a little bit, because many of people who are listening to us are aspiring professionals in the energy sector or climate sector. And so you decided to pursue a career in the public and intergovernmental sector. And so I would like to ask if you think that this is the best avenue for young people to support climate action and the energy transition. And also, if you were starting your career today, would you do anything differently? Or maybe do you have any other advice for young people starting their career today?
No, I'd say looking at the past, I will not change much, honestly, of my professional life. Naturally, your choices are influenced in the cultural environments you are living, and also the people that you meet. So I was really fascinated by one of my professors that was teaching an economy. So I started to be passionate about economics, and my idea was to be working in the Ministry for the Budget and Economy at this time, and I succeeded in that. So there I started to work also on the analysis of projects. We introduced at that time the cost-benefit analysis for public projects in my country, Italy, and then we enlarge the horizon into the environmental impact assessment. We are working negotiating the EU directive and building the framework that is still placed in my country concerning in Europe concerning environmental impact assessment. And naturally from that was in some way quite natural, because when we talk about environmental impact assessment, we talk about value that we attribute to the environment. So the concept of sustainability is very important in establishing this process to assess the environmental feasibility or project, and this means that the project is sustainable or not in large part. And so I moved to the sustainable development area. I was responsible for the sustainable development topic in my country, as I worked naturally in the EU context, internationally. I also worked in the context of the Aarhus Convention and other, but the Aarhus Convention that I mentioned was relevant because it introduced also the concept of the democratic process when we talk about sustainability. And we all know that all sustainable development goals are mainly, dependent of the energy system that we have. So the Sustainable Development Goal 7, 13. So I started to be interested in also in the energy area and working in sustainable development, trying to support the least developed country through cooperation activities. I reached more than 70 countries at the time. And it was quite naturally starting to work on this field. And then I gained this experience from the participation in the negotiation, participation in the cooperation activity, and also big part of the work on the field, putting together different entities, including the financial institutions. And so this built the idea that could be a good experience to apply and be part of IRENA, because I saw IRENA as the leader entity when we talk about renewables, so about building the new and clean energy system of the future. So that's for me was so important to apply, and I was happy. And the experience of these 2 years and a half has shown me that my choice was right. I think we are doing a big job. We have now the vision of IRENA, of our future energy system has become mainstream, and we have been able to couple our knowledge-based work into being more closer to the ground. So I think all my career in some way has been consequential in some way. The step has been one after the other, bringing me to this moment. So I'm quite satisfied. I will not change much in my professional experience. And naturally, on the young people, it depends again on the cultural aspect. There are areas where working private could be more interesting, area working public could be more interesting, depending on what they are, what they wish. And I really feel that anyone has to try to grasp his life and try to do the best they can do. Back to you, Benjamin.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And I think it could give some of the listeners an insight into how their career could look like. But I think, of course, not everyone is lucky to have such a consequential career. I think we all have sometimes turns and things change, and I think that's also okay. And so I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. And it was also a pleasure for me to talk to you, and happy to be able to contribute to the Future Sustainability Leaders Program. I myself participated in 2020 as well. And it was a great experience. So to all of you FSLs and sustainability ambassadors, all the best for the year ahead, and enjoy your time and make the most out of your time with Y4S. So thank you very much.
Benjamin, and again, Happy New Year for all of you, and hopefully be out of this strange period in our life and become to a new and better normality. Grazie, grazie a tutti. Ciao.